Michelle, do you want to start with the video? We're going to start with the video.
Every year, National Crime Victims' Rights Week reminds us not just of the people forever impacted by crime, but of the journey we've taken to bring victims' voices to the forefront. Decades ago, victims had little support, few rights, and little say in the justice process. But today we've moved forward. We don't just seek justice in the courtroom. We ensure victims are seen, heard, and empowered. This year's theme, Lighting the Path Toward Healing, is more than a phrase. It's a promise to continue advocating, innovating, and making sure victims are at the center of everything we do.
When I think about the impact of crime, I don't just think about statistics. I think about stories behind the lives of the people we impact. The mother who lost her child and turned her grief into advocacy, the survivor of assault who found their voice through art. The families who gather every year holding candles, remembering, and refusing to let their loved ones be forgotten. This year marks 45 years of service to victims of crime in Riverside County. We've come so far, not just in supporting victims, but engaging them in new ways, helping them heal through storytelling, giving them a role in shaping laws that protect others, and ensuring their voices reach further than ever before. At our annual candlelight vigils during National Crime Victims' Rights Week, we do more than remember. We honor. We share stories. We provide shared space for collective grieving. We remind our community that behind every crime statistic is a name, a life, and a legacy. Healing doesn't always happen in a courtroom. That's why we hold spaces like our Healing Hearts exhibit, where survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault use art to reclaim their stories. These pieces are more than paint and canvas. They are testimonies of resilience and proof that healing is possible.
The victims' rights movement has come a long way, but our work isn't done. We must continue to advocate, to educate, and to ensure that victims have a voice, not just in the justice system, but in shaping laws, policies, and public awareness. Because healing is not just about survival, it's about lighting a path toward healing, taking tragedy and turning it into change, standing together to ensure that a victim's voice will always be heard.
I think Karen Spiegel wants us to go. Go to the front, please.
Don't turn it off on me. When Melissa turned around and who should talk about it? I said, Michelle. I apologize. Melissa. When you turn back, I go, uh-oh. Why don't you come up and join me and anybody who's with you? Just you? I wanted the video to start because that means I'll talk less, because the video says it all. And so I have a whole sheet of paper. I think we'll pass on that because I want to have the opportunity, because this is your passion. This is what you do day in and day out. And I have the dates up here, but why don't you share a little more? Wow, we've got a good team here today. Okay.
Thank you. As the video shared with you, Victims' Rights Week is very important to the District Attorney's Office and specifically to the people standing to my right, because we work all year long to represent victims of crime in the court system, but more importantly after, and making sure that they have resources to move past whatever crime has occurred for their family. The vigils are specifically for those who were taken from us by horrific crime. And I did also want to thank the gentleman standing behind you and you for what people don't know is the Board of Supervisors not only attends and reads names, they provide funding to etch the names on the wall. And to the community, it's incredibly important to know that the county in large supports what we're doing and that they know public safety is important. And I want to thank you all very much for that.
Well, we have a proclamation. Anybody want to say anything? I knew Chuck would.
Yeah. This is such an important effort, and I appreciate the work that all of you do. I think one of the great places about Riverside County and why so many people want to live here is because not only are we safe, but when crime occurs and victims are created, we put our arms around those victims and we try to make them feel safe in this community because everyone deserves that. No one wants to live under an umbrella of danger and violence. And so Riverside County, I think, has gone above just about any other county in the state creating that safe environment and a caring and concern for victims. So thank you all.
Well, we have, I'm sure your wall is filled with these.
I know, we love them.
These are proclamations that we honor um, different individuals, organizations, or events. And this one is National Crime Victims' Rights Week. And it pretty much summed it up in what we've already talked about, what Melissa did, as well as the video. But this is something we're all passionate about. You and I have worked on different situations where victims are come in all different sizes, ages, different incidents that occur. And I'm sure that many of you in this audience have been a victim in some way or another. This is about bringing victims their lives back to them and not losing that. And it's very easy. So as Supervisor Washington said, we embrace and we help relift. And so this is what it's about. And thank you all for the great team that has worked tirelessly for those individuals who have been victims in some form or another. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll go down.
You want to be in the picture, you got to fill in. You know? No hiding. No hiding.